A dude doing a lap dance for Satan? Really? ATN Outside the Box. Like, subscribe, share. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You know what we do, and you know why we do it. So here we go. Now, you know this one must be kind of on the intense side because I'm in my car doing this. You know, I rarely get in the car and talk to you, but I had to do it this time because I just had to talk to you about this. So my cousin gives me a call last night, right? And tells me, hey, bruh, listen, and big shout out to you, cousin. Appreciate you. Blue, my man Blue, T Blue in the house. Sends me a video and says, you got to check this video out by the kid Lil Nas X. Man, listen, I'm going to tell you something. You know, it's interesting to me because going back to 1998, I started having conversations with young people about the music industry and where it was going. Literally several years ago. I'm talking about 22, 23 years. Been having this conversation with young people about music industry, about the entertainment industry, about where things were going or where we were going with all of this. And the subtleties of this thing has always been there, and people kept pushing it off to the side, trying to make it like it was nothing. And so what we didn't understand is that this stuff is real. It's reality. You can't get something for nothing. I try to tell my sons now, up to date, you know, like, listen, you don't get a chance to go in the industry and just be a superstar and get all your dreams come true without giving up something. There's things you have to do. There's favors you have to do for people. And there's certain steps you have to take. Most recently, the little kid named Lil Uzi Vert, which really literally stands for Lucifer. He's also an artist that's been around for a short minute and has been doing some music and really blowing up and doing stuff around. But a lot of these artists have been doing it and been tinkering around with satanic messages in their music for years, because obviously we all know that this is what the enemy does. This is what Satan has done for years, for ages, is to use the music and change the hearts and minds of our young people, which is who he's been affecting quite a bit over several, I mean, just take your pick. It's been going on forever. Started off with rock and roll, and I started talking to the youth about it because I started trickling into the rap game, into hip hop, because black kids wasn't really listening to rock, wasn't really listening to heavy metal and hard rock. So when it switched over to hip hop, which hip hop at its origin, and we could have another conversation about that on another day, because I've talked about that before on a couple of my different previous posts about the fact that hip hop originated from false godship. It originated out of a satanic background. So you can't take something that the devil made corrupt and try to make it a godly thing. It just doesn't work that way. That's just not how it flows. But what I'm seeing, this video is incredible. I mean, you got every demonic thing you could possibly ask for in it. He kisses a serpent at the beginning. The serpent looks like a man he's kissing. He's wearing pink hair, braids. He's adorning himself like a woman. In every aspect of the video, he's like a crossover, which is what we've seen go on for years with many people. They keep trying to twist and emasculate the man. And that's what's happening in these settings. In many of these videos, and many of these artists are transforming themselves and don't even know they're doing it sometimes. Or some of them do know they're doing it. Wearing lipstick, or you got people bringing these artists to their churches, and these folks are dressing like women and wearing clothes like a woman and adorning themselves with things they shouldn't be, wearing lipstick and wearing makeup all over themselves. And this guy had the nerve to put Satan in his video, or the devil in his video, and he gives him a lap dance at the end. So I'm saying to myself, how much further can we go? Next thing you know, he's going to be having sex with Satan, who was, you know, operating in the image of a male in this video, because we know they try to make what the enemy has done over time, has tried to make the gender genderless. So the whole idea is to corrupt whatever God put in place, destroy that very thing. So if you can't make a human, we'll corrupt one. If you can't reproduce, let's work on not reproducing. So his whole thing is, he's trying to generate, Satan that is trying to generate a following that is totally opposite, as always, of God and what God's original intent was. God's original intent was to make the man masculine, to make his shoulder stronger, to make him to be able to work in the field. God had original intents for things. And a woman's supposed to be trying to act like a man, and a man's supposed to be act like a woman. And I'm going to say something else to kind of put a cap on some of this stuff. What would make a man who don't even want to be with a female try to get with a dude who act like a female? What will make a female who don't want to be with a dude try to get with a guy who acts, looks, and dresses like a dude? When you figure that one out, you call me and let me know. I'd be real interested to hear your answer to that one. So also in the video, you see him takes wings, or he's elevated, lifted up toward the heavens with an angel floating around, or some kind of, and all these things have some biblical connotations, some biblical side notes inside of them. Like I said, the serpent. They got him kissing the serpent, or making a pact with the serpent, or whatever it is. They got him, falling, or should I say, elevating or ascending up toward the heavens. And then as he comes down later, he drops down to hell. He's in hell with Satan, and then they start having this nasty, sensual, sexual encounter with each other, where he's literally, as a man, doing a lap dance for Satan on Satan's lap, while Satan's rubbing on his buttocks and all this crazy stuff. And then at the end, he supposedly snaps Satan's neck, takes the horns off Satan's, puts them on his head, and then his eyes illuminate and he grows black wings. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys this. Your children, your sons and daughters, are being exposed to this nonsense. And what's happened is they found a subtle way to get you to watch certain things just to bring you in. And then when you get enamored with the artist, when you get enamored with the game of the music industry, and you're so caught up to where you don't think that it's going to affect your spiritual life, you now begin to listen to many things, a plethora, excuse my educated term, a plethora of different artists that you'll be willing and opening up yourselves as a portal spiritually to allow things in. So you just allow spirits in, demons in, through or by way of music, because our young people are captivated by this stuff. They're captivated by these artists. They're enamored with your Chris Browns, your Beyoncés, your Jay-Z's, your Lil Nas X, and Travis Scott, and Drake, and Nicki Minaj, and Cardi B. It's not just your child or your children anymore. They're affecting the adults my age. So men and women can't seem to pull themselves off of listening to these artists. And the reason that is because they've already been overwhelmed. They've already been overtaken. Because I do believe that spirits can come in and have an effect on you and sort of rule your life by way of your decision making and the way that you feel and experience life. Case in point, some people can sit and really become to get in a spirit of worship with the music that they're listening to, but yet they can sit in church and don't feel anything from God. That some of these people struggle with having a connection to God because there's so much that's already poured in. So you have all of these things poured into your system. It makes it very difficult to receive from the Holy Spirit. When God speaks, you can't even feel that. But your minister, the ministry of music that you're most familiar and comfortable with, is the voice you most listen to. And that is the musical artist that you would play in your car, that you play on the speakers of your house or wherever you are. And that resonates with the spirit that you have inside you. So whatever you hear coming from them, the chords they're playing, the melodic tones that they're using with their voices, and you hear all that nowadays, the bass drum and also the high shrills and tones that are happening in music, is all in alignment with your body. That's a topic for another day that I can't get into right now. But I'm telling you, people, don't be duped, don't be confused, and we need to pay attention to what's in your kids' playlist. Let's pay attention to what's going on with our young people, and let's give them something different.